see, some of the thing too is because I even tried to get Backyard out in LA for Juneteenth, and I was trying to raise the money, and I didn't raise enough money. But if you and y'all experienced this when y'all played out there, they ain't got the same sound.
Nah.
They sound company don't got the beat that's here.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And they could, but it's just don't.
They don't have a need for
it ain't the same budget.
Exactly.
Different budget.
Right. They don't have there's no need for them to have that beat
Right.
that y'all got out here.
In 4 nights, in 4 different clubs on one night, you can have out there worth 10,000 worth of sound in one night. You know what I mean? Like we go to Atlanta and book sound, it's gonna cost you $4,000.
Right.
You only paying the band $3,500.
Exactly.
Right. But you can get sound here with 8 quads on both sides, stacked up to the ceiling
For a stack.
For a stack. But you go out LA and try to get that same sound, it's gonna cost you $10K.
Exactly.
So when I travel and we play at places like that, and we get the sound for it's a la carte. You might get a 16-inch sub, $500. Drum set, $450. Cowbell, $200.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the invoice they're gonna give you. Yeah. And you come back and look $3,500 for sound. Like, damn, we came out here for $2,000.
Yeah. I'm telling you. And then you come out and then you still had to pay for flights and hotels for everybody. So that if a band got 20 people, that's $20,000. You know what I'm saying, for travel and lodging. Right. You know what I mean?
Don't we know it?
But see, that's what I'm saying. So it's hard for the culture to move around,
expand.
Yes, because of those kind of things. But at the same time, I still feel like home don't want it to go because they feel like it might come back. And no disrespect, like the Butt, which to me is a fucking classic song.
Great record.
You know what I mean? But I think what Sugar Bear was saying and what y'all was saying on his, like, people was kind of, it was interesting to hear him say only like 1 or 2 people was showing him love when they came back. Yeah. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, crazy. But just think though, man, just think of the evolution of hip hop. Down south don't sound like New York. West Coast hip hop don't sound like, but it grew. If they'd have kept it in New York, just say it started in the Bronx or started wherever, Harlem, wherever, and they'd have just kept it in that borough, it'd have died.
It would have died.
Well, I mean, there were some purists that, because at the time in the 90s, when I was working up there were some purists that didn't feel like the South shit was
hip hop.
Yeah.
But they couldn't stop the movement.
Couldn't stop the movement. The people wanted it.
Yeah.
People wanted it.
3,000 said it. Yeah. You know, the South got something to say.
So that's why I always say, even with Go-Go, like the records and things that happen need to be simple enough for other cities to play the same way we cover records of somebody else and make them hot here in the club. People need to be able to play those Go-Go songs in live bands in these other cities. And then that's how to get wings and get legs and grow.
I don't know. I don't know if people outside of the, and this may sound crazy, but I don't know if people outside of this area, and I will say Philly too, appreciate live music like we do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about going to see Anderson .Paak at the Hollywood Bowl. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about going into a small venue and hearing some music.
Like Nashville.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I
can't even tell you. And what's so dope about DC and in this area is it's somebody playing every night. Yeah. I had, so we had Tip out here, drove last Friday or 2 Fridays ago, and I'm in there telling them what I'm about to do, right? Yeah. After we finished doing it. And Tip manager was like, I'm going. Like, we took him up to Restaurant 55.
See Backyard.
And he was in there having a great time. And he asked me, he said, where the young people at? Yeah. And I was like, they got their own thing going on. It's a whole nother genre of, but I bet you, I said to him, I could take you to that. I could take you probably about 3-4 more of these. Right. Like, and it's Friday, so I know, you can move around. That ain't happening in a lot of places, yo.
Like, nah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I think what needs to happen is, yes, y'all need to have y'all original songs. Obviously, we know that. But as much as people don't want it to spread, I don't know if because when I had conversations about Go-Go, it's almost like if I'm in a city and I hear some Chicago shit, I see them Chicago's people go to the floor, they getting crazy. Like, if I'm in LA and a DJ plays some Chicago shit, they going crazy. Mm-hmm. If I'm in LA, and matter of fact, my first week in LA, I went to this party, and the DJ was playing some backyard, but he wasn't playing like stuff that
Skillet and all that.
Nah, I walked in my ears and I was like, I need to go meet this DJ. His name is DJ Artistic. He is Lisa Ray's DJ.
Okay.
I mean, not Lisa Ray. What's the girl?
About to say Lisa Ray sing?
Nah. What's the girl that had the show on HBO?
Issa Rae.
Issa Rae, yes. Mm-hmm. Her DJ. I mean, he DJ all her parties and everything.
Right.
And I went up to him. I said, bro, what you, this ain't like, because normally you hear sardines, the butt, work the walls. Mm-hmm. I said, what? He said, man, I spent a lot of time. I went to FAMU.
Oh, okay.
I spent a lot of time in D.C. and I got a lot of partners there. You know what I mean? He had the party rocking. You know what I'm saying?
What was he playing?
It was one of them backyard records. I don't remember the exact one, but it wasn't something that it was so familiar to me. It made me say, bro, how do you know this record?
Yeah, how you get that? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you get that? So I think the DJs too, like,
oh, no, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? They still gotta be connected to this shit too. Because if you have a conversation with somebody that's from Chicago, they're gonna be like, man, I don't like go-go music.
Man,
they got the power.
We gotta get our DJs to play it here.
That's what I was about to say.
That's not happening.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you got
DJs saying
they won't
play a go-go record
at a go-go.
At a go-go.
That's crazy to me.
That's crazy because when I used to go to the go-go's, I mean, when I used to spend time at the Black Hole or the East Side or Triples or, you know, Calorama Skate Rink, you didn't hear nothing else.
Right.
When y'all took a break. When the bands took a break, that's when you found out, oh, Junk hitting that now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
If I go to a hip-hop concert.
What they gonna play in between shows? Hip-hop.
And the thing is, and this goes back to the point of breaking the music. Where else can we go? Like, we got DJ friends, right, that say they wasn't gonna play go-go to go-go. But where else can we go and you take our record and it gets broken? You know what I mean? If we can't play it in our own spaces.
That's weird, yo.
Yeah. But I think some of them have loosened up that stance. You know what I mean? I think you got a big part to do with that, bro. Good job.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Well, you do got power to say just can't play on this show now.
Yeah, we can't say that.
I mean,
a lot of my friends though.
Listen, I know a lot of DJs. I'm this is perplexing to me. I see the conversation sometimes on social media, and I never kind of engaged into it. But are these younger DJs saying this?
Nah, these older guys saying, you know, I mean, I don't put them out there. My guy, all these are friends of mine. Big John,
DJ that's crank.
Rico.
That Bama be cranking.
Yeah, DJ Rico.
Rico saying that too.
He did. He used to. I've heard him play go-go at the go-go recently. So maybe we kind of loosen that stance up. And after having that conversation with him,
where else you supposed to get the go-go played at if it don't play at the go-go?
Well, my stance was they are important to the growth of it.
Yes.
Because they are, you know, DJ Rico was on the radio.
Yeah, absolutely. So now, I know he played it on the radio.
Yeah. But, you know, a lot of times, and I always tell this story, when I was living in New York, them guys will play a record 5 or 6 times. You know how they break records. They still do that. They break records like that.
Yeah.
And it makes you
sell
say,
it
in a row. Like I
in
like
a row.
This song.
Yeah. They front sell it and they back sell it.
So it's like it make you say, damn, we gonna play that joint again. Or you might be that man, run that joint back.
But even you saying that, that's a different culture that they're not involved in.
But
it's still
music is music. Exactly.
There, but sometimes they got to be taught it.
Yeah. It's okay to play our record 8 times in a row.
It's okay. Yeah. Drop some bombs on that hoe if you need to.
Yeah, start it over from the beginning.
You know what I'm saying?
In the middle of the song.
Yeah. Burn it.
Yeah. Burn it. We just make that joint an adjective. Burn it. Take it back.
That's crazy, man. I think here's what I feel like too. You know, again, everything done went digital. So all you doing is hitting send button. But there was a time where these music meetings happened. You know what I'm saying?
Do they still got DJ pools?
I saw somebody say something about one. I've been watching Nonchalant. I think she mentioned one, and she was at one recently. But listen, maybe this is my reason for coming back home. You feel me? Because I've been talking to God about my purpose here, right? And I was talking to Trey over at the museum one time, and he was like, bro, the town needs you. He was like, you done went and got all of this knowledge. He was like, and now it's time for you to come home and apply it home. Because there's always been something for me that I've always said that I ain't really done nothing until I do it for somebody that's from home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was kind of a little bit a part of Corday movement, but at the same time, like I can't. He'll say to this day, I was a mentor for him. You know what I'm saying? But I can't take credit for that. So maybe my purpose of being home is getting people, because I know I have one of my God gifts is bringing people together, right? So maybe it's my purpose, or one of my purposes, is to get everybody back in the room together.
Okay.
Because these kind of conversations shouldn't just be happening on social media.
Right.
They need to be happening in a place where everybody's sitting down and we playing music like we used to at record pools, right?
Yeah.
And all the bands should have, music that they can play for these DJs, and they can get the good, the bad, and the ugly right there in front of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we do it in a nice spot. You know what I mean? It's enough spots out here that would probably donate their spot for us to do this. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's one of my purposes for coming home. You know what I mean? Because I see that there's a need. I've seen that conversation on Facebook and other social media platforms, and it's crazy to me. Yeah. Like, because I'm like, well, if you're not going to play it at the Go-Go, then how do people going to know
that it's even out?
That it's even out? Because when I used to go to the Go-Go, right, and I still go to the Go-Go, but when I used to go to the Black Hole, whoever was DJing, whether it was Pumping Archie or any of them, they still play. This that new Junkyard. Yeah. This that new Hot Cold Sweat. Mm-hmm. Right. This that. Now, if it was Essence, they wasn't playing Essence stuff. Okay, yeah, I get that. Right. Because they on stage. Right. But everybody else, they was running. Like, that's how we knew. As a matter of fact, they probably was selling the PA tapes back there too.
Right at the DJ booth.
Right at the DJ booth. So what are we talking about? Like, what? Why is you don't treat hip hop like that?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see them say we're not playing hip hop at a hip hop show.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're not gonna do it.
They're not doing that.
Play Anita Baker.
Get out of here, man. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that conversation, and maybe, like I said, maybe, I'm gonna do some work. Cause I remember when they wasn't even playing the Go-Go's in the clubs. They had like Mark Bonds
banning them. Yeah,
I'm like, bro, like what?
He's still. I
don't think he on that no more because I just seen you playing up there.
Well, all three. Vibe
but I ain't play no.
He had no Congos.
I ain't play no Go-Go.
Yeah,
weird situation.
I played up there and had the full situation. Backyarders played up. Well, no, did Backyard play there? No, I had Ging and Wincy come up there.
Yeah,
and we kind of turned the corner.
Okay,
but it wasn't like I felt like we were welcome with open arms. I should say.
Listen,
it was a private birthday party. I should say that.
I think
in DC, in the middle of DC.
That's that. Like, ain't nobody telling Atlanta not to play no hip hop at the clubs.
Or you're not going to Jamaica and say, look, we not having no reggae here.
You're not going to Jamaica.
Get your ass whooped.
You gonna, matter of fact, yeah, exactly. Immediately.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
On site.
I don't know. There's got to be some conversations they had, and I ain't talking about at the club.
Nah,
like we need to bring people out of their element, sit them down, feed them. I don't want to get too drunk because alcohol be making evil spirits come out. So we just sit down, drink some water if we got to, and have conversations and play some music, man.
Figure out the reason why.
And figure out the reason why.
That might be your purpose, bro. You like bringing people together.
I love doing that.
You're good at it, and I think that that's a good idea. You said we can have not even a DJ pool. We can have a band pool where we can get together and throw some bounce ideas, or even just host. The bands can host
and
the DJs.
It'll throw some structure, right? Say that now this is the new thing that now you go sit down and play this music.
Yes.
This is how you know whether your music is going to reach where it's going to reach.
Yeah, that's how.
The gate.
Yes, that's like.
And you can really blame a gatekeeper. because you went to the gate.
You went to the gate.
And you didn't make it through.
You
And you know exactly why.
And you know exactly why. And they give you real feedback right then and there, man. Like, look, this, I think that's definitely a need, man. Because it's I know all them DJs you just ran off.
Yeah.
Like them niggas on my DJ blast.
And one DJ told me, actually, that he said he doesn't know how to. He didn't say know how. He said it's hard for him to mix some of the original stuff with the stuff they already play, because a lot of stuff is live music that they jam into. You know what I mean?
True.
And so when you come with a studio record, that nobody knows versus a live record, and you try to mix it in behind it, it's like, it's gonna take some steam off the party. You know what I mean? So I think that's another.
But inside an event when we're playing, they don't have Sting.
Yeah, and which comes
when it's on break, when we go on break, they gone to the bar. Yeah, it's all ears.
It's all ears.
It ain't like they try to get the party going.
Yeah,
but
Tony Terry and Rico's record does pretty well in any setting. Freaky Little Games.
Yeah.
So records like that I think can work, especially in a grown and sexy setting. But we just gotta figure it out, man. I think we want to get our hands dirty too. Pause to help. Whatever motion you try and create with that situation. Yeah, we think we got we ain't got a lot of influence, but
y'all got enough. And everybody ain't got to have a whole lot. If we put it together, it's enough.
Yeah. You know
what I'm saying? Nah, man. Listen, I'm serious about this because I had seen the chatter. I didn't engage. I just was watching, and it was disturbing to me because I'm like, yo, like, hold up. Now, when I used to go to the go-go, that's all you didn't. There was a time when you couldn't even play no rap shit in this town.
Yeah, rap wasn't even really mainstream yet.
Bro, I know for certain I was one of the only people out here listening to rap music. I got some youngers that went to college with me. They wasn't listening to no Wu-Tang, Nas, Trap. I'm listening to all of this shit. Yeah. And they like, man, Northeast Groovers. You know what I'm saying? And then when I put them on, I know some street niggas that wasn't fucking with this rap shit either. Yeah. And I put them on the Nas or, Wu-Tang, and they fell in love. Yeah. So, there was a time when you couldn't even, bro, we see this shit online all the time where they talking about, man, we went out there and we couldn't, once Essence left or Chuck Brown left, everybody left with them. Yeah. We couldn't, we performed in front of the sound man who was cleaning up. Like, come on, y'all. This how cultures disappear. You know what I'm saying?
Starts to eat away within.
Started to eat away within. First they took all the bands and shit out of schools. That's a direct reflection on, because all of y'all played in the band in school. You know what I'm saying? I grew up right down the street, Progression Band in my neighborhood, Regency Band in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? We going to all of these shows, all of them was in the band. You know what I'm saying? So, that behooves me, because it's like, well, how y'all gonna keep this? If somebody, when you go out of town and somebody play some go-go, you gonna see the people that's from home. Yeah. Even if they from down in Virginia. Yeah. They might even be in Charlotte. They might be from Charlotte, because I think that's probably as far as go-go have reached.
The stronghold.
Yes, exactly. But you gonna see people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So how do you expect the culture to expand if you're not playing the music?
Yeah. So what in your opinion, what would go-go need to do to go mainstream outside of making original music?
I don't really like to do the whole partner up with another major artist type thing, because that's happened before and it didn't really land well, or it wasn't marketed correct. I don't know, man. I'm lost on that one. I think maybe, obviously we know it's an original record, but it has to be something that a 3-year-old could get as soon as they hit. Yeah.
So basically songwriting. Catchy hooks.
Yep. Catchy hooks.
Same thing to hip hop.
Same thing with them.
Has done for real.
But it needs to be quantified more though.
Melodic.
Yeah, and it can't be just like this one hit and then you don't follow up with
it. Yeah, you got to have them in the chamber. Yeah. You got to have them in the chamber.
Even the records we have that we know about with IE, Junkyard, You know, they might come out with a record that's hot, but the next one ain't coming for 3 years.
Yeah.
Right.
You right.
Right. Right.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all gotta have them in the chamber, bro.
Yeah.
Because these rap artists, they got them in the chamber.
And I mean, it's a reason for that, but there's no excuse. It takes a little more for us to
Absolutely
produce a record. You know what I mean? Like they can get a beat off YouTube.
That's true.
And fly within 20 minutes and have a record.
Yeah, but Earth, Wind, and Fire was doing that shit.
Yeah.
And they hate that.
Do that.
And they bands are way bigger than y'all's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Writing parts and all.
Exactly.
And there was no sampling and all that back then. So
exactly.
They were
creating that shit.
Yeah, so it's no excuse.
No excuse.
Nah, it really ain't. Y'all should listen to Maurice White's Audible book. He wrote a book and it's on Audible. I mean, obviously it ain't his voice, but it's somebody, talking. And he talks about the music business. Like he talks about all of this shit about how, he had the of course at first he had the all black horn sections and then we went and got an all white horn section and the all black people was mad and
talking about that?
Yeah, he talked about all of that shit in there. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I mean, when we think about somebody even like Stevie Wonder, he had them in the chamber.
Yeah.
They was not sitting and waiting. You know what I mean?
They were prolific.
They was prolific.
Yeah.
And Prince, like they was not waiting for the crowd reaction. They was gonna give you this music whether you liked it or not.
Yeah.
And then you end up liking it or even loving it. So I don't know. I think that's something the band's got to figure out what that means to them as far as putting this music out. Because again, a hip hop artist, I'm managing a hip hop artist. We putting a song out every month.
Yeah.
We're gonna put some visuals with it. Right. And that's something else too, I think.
Visuals are very important now.
Yeah.
Everybody's on YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you mentioned you've been around the industry for a long time, 20 years now.
Yeah.
20 plus. It's a hot button topic,
Yeah.
The thing dealing with Diddy and Epstein and just the overall, I guess, malicious environment from executives down to the employers and to the artists. Have you ever been around anything that you felt like wasn't right?
I've never been to one of those parties. However, I have
emphatically. You said that shit emphatically.
Yes, I want to get that out there first and foremost. I have been to his house and I have been to some of his parties because I'm going to keep it a buck. Not those parties, but some of his parties. I'm going to keep it a buck. Puff would come to Atlanta on Friday and say, I'm having a party on Sunday. And it might be the best party you ever been to in your life.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even some of
for that, though.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So, have I seen anything? Obviously, I've seen some crazy shit. You know what I mean? And, folks ain't out there like, now, some people are. Because some people hand them NDAs out and give me your phone. Like that, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Some people doing that. Here's that NDA. Let me get your phone until you know what I mean?
Until you leave.
Exactly. So that's a thing, right? I have never seen anybody act like they didn't want to be there.
I'm about to say, I ain't gonna lie. I want to go to a party that they take your phone. I do.
Yeah.
And they ain't gonna know.
About to say you wanted to go to one where you had baby oil.
Ain't nobody mention no baby oil, bro. Like, why
that's what I'm saying.
Why is it on your brain? Like,
What I'm saying, like,
what you saying, bro?
I just didn't. I got scared.
I have seen some wild stuff, man. I mean, you gotta think. At one point I was with one of the biggest artists in the world. You know what I'm saying? T.I. I also was with Young Jock when he was on fire with 3 #1 records. You know what I'm saying? I'm on tour with folks like that. You know what I mean? I've been out with Robin Thicke. You know what I'm saying? I've been out in this world seeing things. And some of the stuff you like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That's really all you can say.
You like, damn, that's crazy. Let me call my wife or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
keep it moving.
Keep it moving because, yeah. I mean, you see some cringy stuff, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta just say, hey, man, and here's what ends up happening. There's a crew that goes to that, and there's a crew that goes the other way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And man,
there's a crew that goes to the party.
Oh yeah, it's
the
a
regular
crew
party, and then there's a crew that stays after.
And everybody should know when the devil walks in the room.
Okay.
So when the devil walk in the room, that's when you do this. I'm out.
Deuces.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? you gotta be in. But see, if you don't have no foundation,
yeah. Or if you drinking and high and all that other shit, I don't see how
fuck
you
that. When you drinking and high and the police pull up behind you, you sober the fuck up.
Yeah.
And if you drinking it high, you don't know. There's too many people there. You shouldn't be that comfortable.
If it's too many people and it's too much laughter and it's too much comfortable shit, that's when you say, "Hey, I'm out."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You chuck them deuces on there.
Yeah.
I listen, you gotta be in tune. You gotta be in tune to who's in charge.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know, then man, the devil gonna come sit right next to you.
You'll never know
and next thing you know what I'm saying? What we saying about baby oil and all that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, listen, this shit has been weird because I've been waiting to hear from certain people that I used to work with over there, and it seemed like these niggas done got super mute. Yeah. Rightfully so. They probably,
worry about where.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
they don't want to incriminate themselves, or they just hoping for the best for Puff too.
Exactly. I mean, listen, I feel sorry for his kids, and in particular his daughters. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They got to see this shit. They grown. Well, they almost grown. They kind of grown. You know what I'm saying? And they seeing this shit. You know what I mean? I know how I am about mine. Yeah. So.
And your first job as a parent is to protect them.
Exactly.
And so when you see them out there having to deal with, especially going to school and all of that shit.
Yeah. And see, that's the stuff that people don't be thinking about.
Yeah.
Like, yo, they still go to school. They still got friends. Yeah. All of that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, listen, it's man, I kind of be glad when this shit is over with.
Yeah. I'm gonna shift gears a little bit.
Yeah, thanks, cause
what? You ain't want to talk about that?
Not with you.
Why? You got bad memories or something?
Nah. You don't remember that time we was here and you had that case of baby oil?
That wasn't me, man. That was Clement.
Oh, all right.
Clement.
You kin to him?
That's my uncle.
It's crazy how you just jumped into character real quick.
We did a party, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago now, with Ari Lennox.
Yes.
And you brought her to town.
Yeah.
I believe she was she marketing something?
She was getting ready to drop a project. And so here's what happens with these artists, right? So a lot of times she signed to Dreamville's J. Cole's label. So a lot of times what happens is everything is made to look like it's organic, but it's people back there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Making it look like it's organic. So they came to me. We had this meeting. We had these meetings, Zooms or whatever. And they was like, yo, we want to make sure DC own her. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, well, there's only one way to do that. We got to take her to the spot. We got to make the go-go a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because she always would tell me she wanted to do something with a band. Like she always would say that to me. So I reached out to you guys. And we made it happen. And y'all was at the Oyster Bar at first.
Yep. Yeah.
But it started to be overwhelming. And y'all was like, yo, let's take this to Ivy City.
Ivy City, yeah.
And
that was overwhelmed.
And that still was overwhelming, right? But I think a lot of times with artists, sometimes they don't really know that people love them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
She knew that night.
She knew that night. They came out, and they wasn't even pressed off of her performing. They really just wanted to see her.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So hopefully, man, she getting ready. She in the studio now, working on some stuff, and I got some ideas for her. I don't work at the label no more, but she and I still keep in touch.
Okay, cool.
And she listens to me. You know what I'm saying. My man Jaha is managing her now. But I've even told Jaha some stuff that she needs to do, and she wants to do it too. So we gonna see, man.
Yeah.
Ari she's beautiful, yo, and it's just like sometimes artists just don't know how much people love them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You saw she came to the birthday party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she
That was
pulled
dope.
up. Yeah, she pulled up. And that was the second time because remember I had y'all do my birthday party before.
Yeah.
And she came. I didn't even know she was coming. I didn't know she was coming either time. But she was fresh out the bed that time. You know what I'm saying? So
She real down to earth.
she real down to earth. She's a flower, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, she say, Amir, I just want one of them big records. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, it's coming, bro. It's coming.
She has a way about her when she moving around that people feel like they don't have to overwhelm her. Like
Exactly.
watching her in your party, your birthday party, you know, although it was semi-private, it was, you know, a lot of people there.
Yeah.
And nobody was bothering her. She was just like sitting there chilling.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? So I think that's a testament to how she moves too.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, one time I remember, I'll never forget this. One time I was with Tip, we was in Lenox Mall, and this was after Christmas. We was walking around Lenox Mall in Atlanta, and people was coming up and asking him for pictures, and he would say something like, "Man, I'm moving, but you can come with me and snap the picture or whatever the case may be." And I said to him, I said, "Man, you don't be getting tired of that type shit?" He was like, "Man, the energy you put out is the energy you're gonna get back." And I remember working at the MCI Center, and Jordan was owner at the time. And one of the security guards up there was telling me how Jordan, like, let's say we come back on the weekend and Monday, and Jordan would be like, "Yo, what did you do this weekend?" And the guy would be like, "Well, I went to the movies, I did this and I did that." And Jordan would be like, "Damn, I wish I could do that." Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, he feels like he can't go outside, he can't do shit because people gonna run up on him.
Trapped in your own celebrity.
Exactly.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But see, even Mike would go out though. Yeah, Mike might put on a costume or you know what I'm saying.
Even know it's him.
Yeah, you might not know it's him.
He can't go out as Mike Jackson.
No, he couldn't go out as Mike Jackson.
Nah.
But I mean, but still though, like, yo, the energy you put out in this world is you gonna get that back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't really never heard nobody say, Michael Jordan was a man. Like,
nah.
you know what I'm saying? We like him as an athlete and shit like that, and sneakers and shit.
Yeah,
but
I feel like people hang around him more because of what he is, not who he is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like he just the greatest basketball player ever. So
exactly.
let me get close to him,
Right.
hang around him. But
Right.
I mean, we don't know his personal
Right.
life.
Right.
Right, because you're going to get us canceled.
Nah, I'm just
Well,
saying.
I mean, but on the flip side, when you like you
I
saying
hear a
about
lot of
Ari,
people say he's an asshole.
exactly.
Joking, though.
Yeah, but see, when you talking about like Ari,
Oh, good.
somebody he's stupid. Somebody like Ari, bro, she could have. People was coming up to me asking me if it was okay to take a picture with her.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I'll be like, yeah, come on, she ain't tripping. And I've been on the road with Ari. Like we did the whole map one time. And same person every time. But again, this world can kind of be cruel too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So, but nah, she's a beautiful person, yo, and I wish her nothing but the best all the time.
Good. So what you doing now?
Yeah.
So now I started a company called Important Not Famous Enterprises. I'm managing artists. I manage a group out of Atlanta, actually, a legacy act. They hate when I say that, but it's PSC. So that's Dro, Tip, Big Country, and Mac Boney. I'm managing them. I'm co-managing another artist from Houston with Jaha, this young lady out of Houston called Libra Jolie. She's dope. She's a real rapper. Doing some consulting, whatever I feel like people need me for, I can do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, my thing was getting songs on the played on the radio, but I'm so much more than that. And I don't want to say this, but I don't want to hang my hat on this. But if I never got another record played on the radio, I would be cool for that.
Yeah.
I'm you know what I'm saying? It's so much other stuff to do in the business. So, and I know how to do a lot of different things.
Okay.
So I'm just really kind of like putting my head down and betting on myself, man. And I really do want to figure out what it is that I can help accomplish in this town. You know what I'm saying? What this wealth of knowledge that I have there has to be a way that I can connect the dots and bring people together, because like I said, that's one of my God gifts, is putting people together. And maybe it's the start of this record pool or this band pool or whatever, so we can get this music out here to the people, man. The right way. You know what I'm saying? Right. I do have a question though.
Yeah.
Would y'all prefer to do a studio song over a live song? Because for me, I remember when Junkyard did the studio album one time, and they had the Hee Haw on there. And I mean, although it was jamming, you could tell the difference, a significant difference.
Yeah.
So would y'all rather do that or do the live joint?
I think go ahead. My bad.
No, go ahead.
I think the formula is a little bit of both.
Yes.
For people that are used to digesting it, how we grew up.
Okay.
So I can name about 4 records off the top of my head that were that mixture. Pieces of Me,
yes.
Essence, Junkyard. Rough It Off was a studio record, but it still sounded good. Loose Booty, all that was a studio. What's the Sexy Lady?
Okay,
was a mixture. They used the live instrumentation and went and did all the vocals in the studio.
Okay.
So records like that, I think. Overnight Scenario.
Yes. So those weren't live?
Overnight Scenario was live, yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of the stuff that they did in terms of like Pieces was a mixture. Kim had to do her stuff over in the studio. So,
got you. Okay.
So I think in order for us to digest it, how we are used to hearing it, there has to be a mixture of both, and I think that's the formula.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't mind doing either one. I mean, I grew up doing R&B records, so for me, I like being in the studio.
Yeah, I like both too, because I think we need new audiences anyway. So.
You need what you say? You need new audience, meaning like
growth.
Okay, so that's not younger you talking about, right? You just talking about people who don't know.
Younger. Like I think there's a with all the diversity coming into this area, that there's a new market here.
Yeah, got you.
It's untapped.
Got you.
They don't know that natural live feeling, right? And necessarily wouldn't understand it unless they were actually in the environment.
I tell people all the time who say to me they don't like go-go, and I say you never been to one.
Exactly. Right. So I think you need both.
Okay. And I think
like you said.
And I think we can see it too happening in real time, because you got bands like, and it's no slight to nobody, but you got bands like Too Much Talent, Experience Band, Joko Project, who don't sound like none of the traditional go-go we grew up on. Right? But they are digestible to the new crew that's coming. I ain't gonna say crew, but new people that's moving here.
Yeah.
They love them.
Where are these bands playing at? We can tell
Pearl
me.
Street, Market, down on the Wharf. Like, you know what I mean? Like these kind of places where you're going a lot of white people frequent. I'm just gonna say
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but when they get to play, it's live music to them.
Yeah, I gotta go see this.
They playing go-go.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be something that you're going to find on the go-go report where people going to be like, man, they cranking. You know what I mean? But they playing music. They playing a pocket. It's probably a little bit faster than what you used to.
Okay.
But
it's got the elements.
It's got the elements. It's just not, a lot of them not from here.
Okay.
They live here. They might have went to Howard.
Got you.
They play instruments.
Got you.
But they know the wave.
Okay.
So they're going to do it the best way they know how to do it.
I need you to take me to see this shit, bro.
I bet.
Like
we need to go see it too.
Yeah,
up close and personal.
Yeah. I want to go see that.
And shout out to them bands, man, because growth is good for everybody.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I'm not knocking nothing they doing. I think that playing how you play is important. Diversity is important. Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Absolutely.
It is.
Yeah,
man. So tell people how they can find you, man.
All my social media is the same. I'm Amir Khary. That's my first name, Amir. My middle name, Kari. At Amir Khary. And man, say what's up. You know what I mean? I run my own page. You know what I'm saying?
And we're gonna be seeing a lot more of what you have coming in store.
Yeah,
coming through. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's
I appreciate y'all, man, for having me.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Amir.
Yeah,
man, I love this show, man, because I'm learning so much and it motivates me.
Yeah,
it does.
That's what it's supposed to do.
Inspired me too.
Yeah. Nah, listen, when I was watching y'all other joints, I told Scooby I started at one and just went all the way down to the rabbit hole, and I was like, man, I'm learning a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From folks that I know that's on there. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, nah, man. And it's good because, you know, we all like sat at the same lunch table. And all of our experiences are different, but it's good. So it's all coming back together.
Come back to the same table and chop it up.
Yep.
I appreciate you, man. Just like being an older mentor to me.
You keep sneaking this older word in. You want to talk about what year we was born? Y'all might be the same year, matter of fact. 75. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm 74.
Okay, yeah.
74,
I thought you were
baby.
73, honestly, bro.
God damn, he doing you 73.
Yeah. I mean, it's number 2 year difference.
Yeah, but with that, we still sat at the same lunch table. What
Absolutely, I'm 77.
Oh yeah, we still at the same lunch table.
I was just a little younger classman. That's all.
Yeah, it's all good. Age is nothing but a number, man.
That's it, man. It's about experience.
His knuckles was born first.
Oh my goodness! I knew the knuckles was coming somewhere.
My knuckles came out.
And then said, "Let me go get some lotion earlier."
He was out there like this.
He came out with his hands first. That's crazy. Yeah, crazy as hell, man. Nah, man. Thanks for having me for real.
Appreciate
man.
you coming through the couch, man.
Yeah, it's been dope.
Yo, this is another episode, man, of SiriusVybe Primetime. I am Frank Sirius, a.k.a. Scooby the Godson, the Emmy Award winner, and this is my partner.
Third DC Vibe, no awards.
No, you did. You got to acknowledge.
Oh, yeah, I just got one.
An acknowledgement.
Damn, JD.
You ain't bring it. Oh, yeah, nephew left it.
Oh, man.
Next episode, we're going to show the award with Dirk's name on it, and his name is first.
Who else name on there?
I mean, you need mine on there too, but we got it together.
I need it on there?
No, I mean, we did it
It's
together.
ingredients, man.
Yeah.
It's just like the ingredients. Whoever named first that's what's mostly in it.
Yeah,
exactly. There you go.
Exactly. So what about that single?
You say chicken pot pie. You don't say I got pot pie chicken. The main ingredients is the chicken.
Yeah, usually it's not.
What?
It's more the pie crust.
You right.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
man.
that wasn't a good analogy.
Right.
All right, what about the single you got out?
The single, man, Party by SiriusVybe.
Okay.
Y'all go download that, man. Matter of fact, we're gonna see if we can get Amir to help us market it.
Absolutely.
Get some marketing ideas. So
Yes,
sir. Y'all go get that, man. And we'll see y'all next time right here on SiriusVybe Prime Time.
Peace.
Like, subscribe.